Well, my buddy showed up today, Carl, and said, we're working on the race car. So, guess what? We worked on the race car. Show you what we did here. We yarded out all the interior, pretty much all of it. We got a little bit of carpet down there, a little bit of the heater stuff. We're going to leave the defroster vents in there. I'm going to put in a small heater core and a small fan. Going to have some kind of defrost on them rainy days to keep the windshield clear. But the rest of the interior, all up along the top, through the top. I got the hood up, sitting on top of the car. It's ready to go. It's ready to start planning out our cage. And well, this wasn't good enough for Carl, so we decided to get ready and yard out this motor. We pulled the buckets, headlight buckets out, pulled everything out. That motor's just sitting there on that mount and the other mount on the other side, and the tranny mount, and it's coming out. Yeah, this thing's coming right along. Couldn't have done it without Carl. Well, we spent about 4 hours on this thing, just hammering away. And he did it all for the price of a number 2 at McDonald's. We did find a little bit of damage up here, which I thought we would, but it's nothing big. It's a very small area. Everything is still there. It's got a slight bend to it. I'm going to put some heat to it, straighten it back out, and then I'm going to plate it on the other side. Just get a little bit of strength. Sway bar, it's a 1-inch sway bar. It's a really heavy-duty sway bar, but the mounts are a little bit rusty. So instead of taking any chances on thin metal, I'm going to pull those out, and I'm going to fabricate my own mounts. I'm going to fabricate an adjustable mount. That way we can put a little bit more into it if we need to. But I just wanted to show you everything we did today. Got the steering column all tore apart, and lock mechanism out of it and everything. It's just a shaft now, which that shaft is going to get it lengthened about 6 inches, and then it'll have a removable steering wheel. So once we get the roll cage and everything in there, that roll cage is going to come all the way out, right up against the outer door skin, not the inner door skin. The inner door skin is going to be gone. Glass and everything will all be gone out of here later. And I got to be able to get in over my door bars and everything. So removable wheel, good driver's seat, good passenger seat. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but it's coming along. The floors in this thing are surprisingly in excellent shape. I found no rust anywhere in the floors. The rustiest thing I found is this tire well. And that red rusty stuff was a rim that was sitting back here that we took out. And it's just discolored the sound deadening, which we're going to get rid of also. People sometimes try to heat that stuff up and chisel it out with a putty knife or something like that. I'm not going to do that. I was going to leave it in here, but Carl said that if I put dry ice on here and let it get that stuff real cold, you can smack it with a hammer and it'll pop right out of there. So we're going to try that. The last thing I want to do is heat this stuff up and be breathing all that tar smoke and have just a gummy surface to work on. You'll never get the black off you. So when we get all these little holes patched up in the sides and everything, get this all nice and enclosed, I want to paint it in here. I want to paint it a nice bright color. Not necessarily to be bright, but it will help with lighting. Any kind of leak I get, like a oil pressure line or something like that coming through to my gauge, starts leaking, I'll see it right away. Our battery's going to go right back here, and run all the cables up through the passenger side. Fuel cell's going to sit back here. Fuel fill is going to go right through the center of the back here. This latch is going to come out eventually. Eventually we're going to take out all this glass, like I said before, put plexiglass in here and we'll rivet it in. I did find a rust hole right there. Nothing, a little bit of sheet metal and my little wire feed welder won't fix. Got that radio antenna out of there and we're going to sheet metal that up too and get rid of that. This is the big pile of crap we pulled out of here. Yeah, big mess. I gotta go to the dump now. Unless you know anybody that needs some old beat up rusty junk parts, I'll be glad to give it to them. Anyways, that's where we're at. Just thought I'd let you see what we're doing, and once again I want to thank Carl Anderson for coming over here and getting me motivated and working hard with me and getting this thing to this part.